Good afternoon, fans. It's freestyle. It's the afternoon, 10 minutes after 2, May 28th. And, there have been some things I wanted to tell you guys, and they sort of reflect on how things have been going recently. There are so many things on the trail that are different. And I don't just mean it's mental things, not just physical things, but since you're more thirsty, the water tastes better. And, obviously, some people say you get bored hiking in Virginia, but I don't know what they're talking about, because you always have a different view to look at and just something new to look forward to. And right now, I'm looking at this almost panoramic view off of a high point called Chestnut Knob. I can never remember the names of these places. Chestnut Knob, yep. And let me show you guys. Yeah, it's been the last mile or so, it's just been like sloping hillside cleared area like this. And about a mile up the road that way, well, up the trail that way, is the shelter. And then from the shelter, the trail's gonna go down from the knob a little bit, and then the next 10 miles are gonna be like flat along a ridge line. So I'm gonna try and make it to the next shelter after this one. By the end of today, I should have done 22 miles, which, Oh, anyway, back to things that are kind of different on the trail. One day feels like two. Only yesterday, Cousin Joyce dropped me off at the Mount Rogers Visitor Center. And 22 miles later, where I was camping at, that felt like 2 days ago. It felt like a distant memory. Now it feels like it happened last week. So there's that. Just our sense of time becomes much longer, because when you're going at 2 or 3 miles per hour, it's when those are your top speeds, you kind of see things differently, And gosh, there was one other really important thing, but I can't remember what it would be. Oh well, nowadays, I know what it was. People that I talked to when I was figuring out what I was going to do with the trail. They said that, after 6 weeks or so, you start to get your trail legs. So it's basically, your muscles have conditioned. You've become just more conditioned yourself to the rigors of the trail, and you can do 20 miles plus. And Squeak, the girl that I was camping with last night, we were talking about it, and I think everybody's getting to the point now here in Virginia to where if they're doing nothing, or they're doing anything less than 20 miles, they feel like they've been lazy that day, or they haven't done anything. And it is, granted, you have to hike your own hike, but there's still something somewhat fun about being able to hike 20 miles day after day. But I've been able to do it, and I still find time for fun. Just earlier today, I was at there was this footbridge that crossed a stream, and the stream was actually deep enough to swim in. So I got in for a minute with most of my clothes on, and just got wet. My legs went numb for a few minutes, and it was just nice to get to swim in a creek. And the sun was out. I didn't have to worry about being wet afterwards, because I would dry. There have been a couple good water spots that I've found that I wanted to get in them, but I couldn't because it was raining and I was already wet, and it would have just defeated the purpose. But there's this one waterfall in Vermont called Pikes Falls that I've seen it in the wintertime, but it was mostly obscured by snow and everything, obviously, because it was winter. But I'm just getting more psyched for stuff like that. I want to be able to jump in that thing and swim around and have a good time. But, that's all I wanted to say today. Just want to let you know that, starting to get faster. And I haven't gotten bored yet with walking Courtney DeFiore. Don't worry about that. And, it's always a new sight. And being able to go 20 miles a day is, kind of cool. If there were cops out here, they might pull us over for speeding at 4 miles per hour. But they'd have to catch us first, and those guns probably weigh them down. You guys have a lovely day. Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to Mike and Tim Blackwood. They are my two good friends from high school. They're two of only 4 people that I keep in touch with from my high school days. But they are the most awesome folks ever. They're the reason I went down to Kerala to work in the Outer Banks, and that sort of has worked out very well. But they're just awesome people. And yesterday they both turned 30. They're twins. So Mike, Tim, happy birthday. I'm sorry I couldn't be in Halifax, Nova Scotia for your birthday shindig, but I had this lame excuse about playing in the woods, talking to trees. I feel bad. Later, guys.